Hey, just to warn you guys, I'm gonna be maybe a little less animated. So just, prepare. Hey guys, I want to know, has anybody else ever had this feeling where you see a girl and you're with your friends, you're like, man, that girl is so hot. I would love to spend the rest of my life caring for her elderly parents. Apparently I have had that thought. My girlfriend and I last year, we've been together a couple of years, we went on this big trip, 2 months, backpacking across Europe. We had to cram everything we needed into 2 backpacks. That way my hands were free to carry all her other shit. It was fun. You know, when you're doing that stuff in 2 months, you gotta save some money. So we did the youth hostel thing. We tried to play it real cheap. And, you gotta learn a couple things you would normally have to know. The phrases and other little languages, stuff you know is gonna come up everywhere. Like, who are you? How did you get in here? Why didn't you just use the toilet? Stuff that's kind of universal. The other thing is, we had a lot of fun. Like, I did all the cool stuff, Irish pubs, and red light district, and, topless beaches. And then she found out where I was. I had to do a bunch of museums and shit after that. Kind of lame. But, honestly, we did have a great time, and we got so drunk, Irish people were jealous. I had to throw in one stereotype joke, I'm sorry, I have to do it by law. And, we had one great time, the big experience, of course, 2 months, we were together a couple of years. Obviously, yes, we got engaged. Okay, good, one person clapping, that's smart. Smart audience, you're ahead of me, that's good. It turns out the beaches of the Mediterranean, probably not the best place to get engaged. A little distracting. I'm going, baby, I want to know. Will you look at the ass on that chick? It's okay, she'd seen the ring, she had no idea what I said. Sparkly. Now, you know what, she's done some smooth stuff to me in our relationship. The first night we were hooking up, this is a pretty good move, and honestly, I fell for it. She's going, oh yeah, I like that. Touch me there. Oh, that's good. Oh yeah. How many girls have you slept with? How did you just... Now, come on. I love my girlfriend. How can I make fun of her? Well, secret is she hates stand-up, so she'll never see this. I could be up here having sex, making a porno movie. She'd never know. I could cheat on her right here on tape. That was too much, okay? I offended the girlfriend. Sorry. Trust me, she won't hear. It's all right. But, when we first got together, we were, it gets really intense. Girls, they bottle up that sexual energy because they don't want to sleep around too much.
That's right.
When they first had that boyfriend, though, shit, they let go all at once. Yeah, how could you complain about that? Well, you're having sex 5 times a day. You're in danger of losing your job. You guys ever try calling in horny for work? It's a tough sell. Yeah, she's nodding her head. She's like, yeah, I have tried it. They never buy that. They never, no. Yeah, I know. And, in the beginning, she was going nuts. She was really crazy. She's like doing lines of birth control with a nightstand. Slipping Viagra in my beer. It's a little much, a little intense. She's like, honey, I'm getting sore. I think you're gonna have to go home soon. I'm like, baby, I've been home for 4 hours. What have you been fucking since I left? I'll let that go. That's good. I'll let that happen. That's kind of the point of getting up here. Honestly, as a comedian, what you're really looking for in an audience, you're looking for someone to piss their pants. It's really the point you want the audience to get to at some level. There's no other art form. That is some high-class stuff. That's what you want. You don't walk into an art museum and you're just like, wow, look at that Picasso. That is beautiful. Is that good? No, it never happens. Comedy, that's what we got. We are looking for loss of bodily function. It's not like pop-up video. You can't just chime in. I only have like a couple minutes up here. You guys work like 8 hours. I can't come in and interrupt you for like a quarter of your day. Proportional, it's not fair. No, I mean, honestly, back to my trip, which is so, well, honestly, the bad part of a trip like that, it's so big and there's so much to it, you gotta plan it, and that gets really stressful. I got so stressed out when I get this really serious infection, I go to the ER. I'm walking in, and not even helpful, like, hey, look, this is really, I think I'm dying here, guys. You guys really gotta help me. Like, sir, just sign the forms and put your pants back on and wait till the nurse calls you. Yeah, I mean, you get a life-threatening infection, you get scared. If it's in your balls, you get religious. It was a little much for me. I saw my doctor, I'm like, hey, I mean, you know, what do you think? Should I do something about this? Does it look serious? He's like, you know, yeah, you might want to go to the hospital or at least my office. I mean, Trader Joe's is not the place to be doing this. Yeah, I was scared shitless, and all the stuff's going on in the hospital around me. Like, I see this one guy hooked up to a respirator, and I know he's going nuts. He's not happy. I know he's thinking, man, I would give my right not to be you right now. I'm like, man, I would give my right lung to be you right now, because I hardly ever play with that shit. I had to pick. Honestly, it comes time to give me the examination to make sure everything's going to be all right. And who walks in to do the examination with the hottest nurse I have ever seen? And she says, sir, it's okay. You can just disrobe and lay down and lay your penis back on your abdomen. All right, it's 40 degrees in here. I'm scared shitless. I'm wearing a paper hospital gown. My penis isn't going to be laying on anything. You're looking to get back in the room and I have a vagina. There's really something wrong with a chick that's 22 and beautiful and says, you know what I want to do with my life? I want to examine balls all day long. It's like either you made some seriously bad life choices or you wanted that job. I don't know, either way, I'm not trusting her. And she called it a penis. All the words you could have used, I mean, really. Guys, is this a word we would have picked to describe our junk? A word you got a whine to say? Penis. And it's not something we would have picked. Like, I want something that sounds a little manly. She could have called it anything else, but I mean, if I would have made up the word, I would have picked something with a little more weight to it, you know? Like, oh, he just took a fastball, it was Excalibur. Alright, I get that. That makes sense. Yeah, that's a little better, huh? You know, doctor, I'm not looking forward to talking about this, but I'm having a little issue with the old dragon tank. Alright, a little better, you know, just some weight, some mass to it, something you can feel, like a shuttlecock. A shuttlecock, that's a badminton thing. How can that sound more manly? That is terrible. How do we do this to ourselves? Guys, is your girlfriend ever on top and she's bouncing around, she moves the wrong way, she's like, oh, I'm sorry, did I hurt your penis? No, you hurt my pride and you called it a penis. Alright guys, I'm gonna take off. Thank you so much, you guys have been great.
Pete, everybody, Pete.